Hello Scorpio, welcome to Monarch Intuition, and today I'm going to be doing your September 2022 monthly check-in reading for you. If you're new to my channel, what I like to do is I like to pull one major arcana to see the energy and then clarify with a different deck. So what major arcana needs to come out for the sign of Scorpio? What do we need to know for you? Let me give you a couple more shuffles. All right. We have the Judgment energy. So the superpower of the fire signs coming out. Judgment energy is actually very nice. It represents the rapture, being called into a higher existence, being called into a new life. So maybe this is something that you want within your life. You want to be called to something new, something more important. Maybe you're just, going around doing the motions. You're wanting something exciting to happen. You're wanting this judgment call. You want to ascend. You want to have like a brand new beginning within your life. And that's what's important to understand about judgment is that when the angel blasts his trumpet, you're either left behind or you're going up, and that's it, right? So that's kind of what I'm seeing for you right now. Is with this judgment energy, you're going to be receiving a call. You're going to be receiving signs from the universe that it's time for you to ascend. And I'm not saying dying or anything like that. I'm saying that you're moving up within the social ladder, within the career ranks. So let's look at what's going on. I'm going to be using the Revelations Tarot. This deck does have reversals in it. So what's going on with this judgment energy? What do we need to know for you, Scorpio? We have the Strength card coming out. We have the King of Swords in reversed. We have the Queen of Wands in reversed. Okay. When I see this strength energy, this is solid foundations. You're trying to build something that is extremely flawless right here. And what's important to understand about a flawless foundation is that it can stand the test of time, all right? And that's what we have to understand when we look at, say anything that's built in Greece, Italy, anything that's built in Egypt. All these structures can stand the test of time because they have solid foundations behind them. It's also a representation of Hercules slaying Leo the lion. When we look at that trial, that was Hercules' first trial to prove that he could be a god, right? Now, it's also a representation of shutting the mouth of the lion, an angel coming in at the right time to shut this lion's mouth because the devil is as a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour, right? And when we look at Daniel in the lion's den, the Lord sent down angels to shut the mouth of the lion so that way he could survive the entire night. Now, what I'm seeing right here is we have the King of Swords in reversed. The King of Swords is usually someone who can deliver a message. He delivers a very sharp message, but I feel like he's holding back with this King of Swords in reverse. It's like he has the message, he's ready to deliver it, but he's holding it back for some reason. And it has to do with this Queen of Wands in reversed. Is this Queen of Wands wicked? Because remember, the Queen of Wands does represent a witch. She sits on her throne, right? And she has her legs open, representing that she is sexually open to a situation. She does have her own magic. She's not submissive to anyone. However, when she's in reverse, it's like she's using all of this negative energy to gain control over a situation. For example, when we say Lilith in Aries is actually a very dangerous position to have Aries energy in. And that's kind of what I see when the Queen of Wands is in reverse. It's in the Lilith energy. And Lilith is saying, I'm not going to be submissive. I'm going to use my sexual powers to gain control over something. And I kind of feel like that's something that the King of Swords right here is seeing about the the Queen of Wands. Maybe he's noticing about her. He wants to say something, but he's holding something back. Now, you could be embodying both of these energies. However, there is something that's causing you not to release some sort of information. So what's going on with this strength? I'm going to be using the Vampire Tarot. Let's do that. I've been trying not to use this deck. I broke one of the cards. It's a little bit messed up on the sides, so I'm going to have to go and get a new deck. I can actually see it peeling right here. Oh, no. But I feel like it's important right now. Because we have Aquarian energy coming out, we have Aries energy. We have the superpower of the fire signs with the Judgment, so Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. Then we have Strength card coming out, which is Leo energy. So I feel like you're dealing with a lot of fire right here. So we have the Strength with the Daughter of Grails and the Nine of Grails. So what I'm seeing right here is that there is some sort of emotional fulfillment, and it comes due to this Daughter of Grails. The Daughter of Grails is trying to hand out her cup of love. She doesn't exactly know what's inside of this cup. She's new to a situation. She's been blessed with this Ace of Cups from the universe because remember, all the pages receive the aces, right? So she's been given this cup. She doesn't know what to do with it. However, this cup is very solid. This cup is exactly what she needs to move forward within her life with this Nine of Grails energy. It is a wish come true. So what I'm seeing is that you're receiving something from the universe right here that is actually very solid. This could be in the love situation because remember, cups represent love in the emotional sector. However, it doesn't always have to be that way. You could be receiving something that's actually tangible because the strength card is here representing something that's solid that gives you a lot of joy and a lot of fulfillment. You don't know how to use it. However, it's there and it's going to provide you with the Nine of Cups situation. But here's the thing with this King of Swords. You're not wanting to release some sort of information, or someone is not wanting to release information to you. What's going on? We have the Six of Knives and the Four of Cups. So there's information being sent to you, but you're not wanting to receive that information. So what I'm seeing with this King of Swords right here is that maybe he has sent you the information, but you're not wanting to look at it. That's the situation for you, Scorpio, is the Six of Knives. There is something that is, it's a message being sent out. It's something that's traveling over the airways. This could be communication over the internet right here. This could be a message you're sending back and forth through text. However, with the Four of Grails, you're not wanting to receive something, or you don't know how powerful this information is. The Four of Grails is that the universe is trying to hand you a cup, but you're not paying attention to what this cup is. You're just like, oh, it's a cup. I have these 3 cups. I'm doing all these other things. I don't really need a 4th one right now. It's a lot on my plate. And that's where communication is getting crossed. So I kind of feel like you're waiting on a message. You've already received some sort of communication, but it's not good enough for you. Now, what's going on with this Queen of Wands energy? You had the Queen of Wands upright. So we have the Queen of Wands and we have the Queen of Scepters, both the same card. One's in reverse, one's upright. And you have the Two of Skulls. I feel like the energy here is that you flip-flop between this very evil persona and this very sweet persona. Okay? Because when we look at the Two of Pentacles right here, there is a person in the mirror. It's like you have a very sweet, calm, endearing persona, but you have this very dark entity right here. You have this very dark vampiric energy in the mirror. And that's what's important to understand, is that people are looking at her realizing she's a beautiful, young, fair maiden, flawless skin, whatever. But when she looks in the mirror, people can see her true form. When she looks in the mirror, she sees it and she can reveal it to who she wants to. So that's kind of what I'm seeing right here, is that you have this very beautiful, tame side of yourself. Now, you do exude sexual energy because, that is what Scorpio does. And the Queen of Wands is someone who, even when she's not trying, she's just attractive. She's just beautiful. People are going to look at her and say, that person's very attractive. I'd like to sleep with them. And she can be provocative even when she's trying not to be. She's just one of those people that, just has that exudes sexual aura energy. However, on the meantime, she knows how to use it. So what I'm seeing right here is that you're dealing with someone, or this could be you. They're scared of you, or they don't want to give you this communication, or they are blocked themselves off to you because they see that you're able to flip-flop between personas right here. You're able to amplify your sexual energy to get what you want, but you're able to pull it back to make yourself kind of seem like this fair young maiden. Like this purity about yourself. So why is the King of Swords not wanting to give you information? It's saying that the information is being sent out to you, but you're not wanting it. But at the same time, it's in reverse, saying that he also doesn't want to give you this information. So let's clarify what's going on over here. Why does the King of Swords not want to give you something? Well, it's saying that it is sending it out to you, but you don't want it. So why don't you want it? The Moon energy, the Five of Grails energy, and the Eight of Scepters. The moonlight represents occultism, black magic. It can also represent insanity and mental disorders. When we look at the moon, it's also Cancerian energy. It's the grandmother, but it does hide something sinister behind it. The Five of Grails is that you're looking at 3 cups that have poured out, but you're not paying attention to what's behind you, the 2 cups that are standing up. Those 2 cups are going to actually provide you some sort of emotional fulfillment to move you forward in a situation. So let's clarify this moon energy. Why are you inside of this moonlight? What's going on right here? So it's like, I want to clarify this. Hold on. before I get into it, the Moonlight, the Fool, and the Death energy. I feel like, Scorpio, the situation is this. You are giving off the vibes that you're okay with taking things slowly on a situation, but you really truly want them to move very quickly. Okay? So here's the thing. Maybe you're giving off this vibe like, oh yeah, it doesn't really matter, it's whatever, but at the same time, you have this very vicious energy about you. It's almost like if you don't work on my time period, if you don't work on my timetable, if you don't do exactly what I say, and I don't feel like this person is suspecting it. Maybe they kind of see it in your eyes. It's like, I'm going to cut you off and I'm going to end the situation prematurely. I kind of feel like that's what the problem is here, Scorpio. I feel like someone wants to hand you off this information. And maybe they have sent you information, but it's not good enough for you. And you're kind of flip flopping back and forth between this Queen of Wands where you're contained, but at the same time, it's like this aggressive energy. It's like you're not letting the person know who you truly are. Up front, it's like you're having a business meeting, right? And you're talking to the boss. And the boss is saying, yeah, and we'll get to your idea within the next month. It sounds like a very good idea. However, you're sitting there saying, thank you for considering my offer, blah, blah, blah. But deep down, you're saying, why are you waiting a whole month, you stupid idiot? You should be doing it now. And it's kind of like, you know, the competition is saying, hey, we like your idea. Why don't you come and work for us? So you just kind of like leave the situation and go and work for them immediately. Instead of just, you know, trying to force the situation with your boss, instead of trying to move the situation forward. You would rather undermine the situation and cut it off and like destroy whatever's built over here to go over here because they're willing to move the situation along faster. And I kind of feel like that's what's blindsiding people around you. I feel like in a way, people are a little bit scared of this premature death that you're about to, you know, I feel like people are capable or know that you're capable of doing this. People are a little bit wary when they work with you because they see the energy. And here's the thing, when you've dealt with someone like this before, if they've dealt with someone like you before, if this is who you're embodying or if this is someone who you're working with right here, we all know how this type of person goes. So the Three of Knives with this Moonlight energy is that you're hiding something. You're hiding that you can cause some sort of conflict. With the Fool with the Five of Grails, it's saying, if you're not going to do something, I'd rather just take my cups and move forward very quickly. But here's the thing, that comes to an ending very fast. Why? The Strength card and the Hermit. The Hermit wants you to stay where you are and work in a situation and see it to completion. That's why. Because here's the thing, the competition, the person who's offering to do something now is not as capable as the person who's going to make you wait on something. I feel like waiting is very important, having patience right here, not allowing your dark side to take control. Not allowing yourself to get into this very scorpionic, like, oh, you don't want to work on my times table? Well, let me destroy your life to make sure you understand where I'm coming from. Because here's the thing, Scorpio, most people don't understand that about you. And maybe you don't even understand that about yourself. Scorpios have this thing that goes on with them where if it doesn't work out the way that they want it to, because I know you put a lot of time and attention and detail into everything. And obviously, when you present something, you want people to be excited about it and you want people to work with you. However, sometimes they're not going to work on your times table. They're doing other things. They want to focus on something else. They want to say, we'll put this back and we'll focus on this right now. And then when this is done, we'll get to this energy and we'll give it 100% of our time. You're saying that's not good enough. It needs to be 100% of the time now. But that's the thing, Scorpio, is that if you rush out and try to do it with a competitor or whatever, something doesn't go the way that you want it to. Maybe it's done it, you know, maybe it's gone your way in the past, but it leads to death here. So it's better to go with the strong foundation, to go with this Hermit energy, to go with like, you know, moving in silence. It's kind of a Virgo energy, not kind of, it is Virgo energy. It's moving in the dark, understanding the trickery and the deception of the moonlight, because we do have the moon, right? So with the Hermit, he's wandering around in the darkness and he's providing illumination to the people who are stuck in the woods in the dark. If you rush, whatever this is, I don't see it working out for you. if you try to undermine someone because they're not seeing your genius, and granted, you might be a complete and total genius right here, Scorpio. I'm not saying that you're not. I'm just saying that if you try to go with the competitor, if you try to, try to prove a point right here, I don't see it working out for you. And maybe you've done this before, and maybe you've proved several points to people. However, in this situation, I feel like the person is just as capable, if not more capable, than you at what they are doing. And I feel like they know what they are doing. You have the Nine of Knives, you have the Lord of Cups, and you have the Hierophant. Your problem is that you have anxiety. Your problem is that you're going and looking at all the things that could go wrong. Is this person going to take my idea? Is this person going to do X, Y, and Z? Is this person going to, use whatever I have for their own gain? Or am I going to get the recognition that I deserve? You're wanting to connect to this Hierophant. You're wanting to connect to the main source right here. You're wanting to have everything done, right? And I feel like you will have that done. I feel like it's just taking a while. It's going slow. It's going slowly. I feel like the other person understands what's going on. They understand your work. They understand how you operate. But at the same time, it needs to be done in a slow manner. It needs to be done in a methodical manner with this Hierophant energy. Very slow Virgo, Taurus energy coming out. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Eight of Swords. And we have the Five of Pentacles. If you try to do it yourself, you will end up getting stuck in a situation where you have nothing left with the Five of Pentacles, okay? I feel like maybe you've hired someone who knows what they're doing. This could be someone who is a very skilled architect, because let's talk about the King of Swords. He's someone who's very knowledgeable in a situation. It could be like a skilled attorney. It could be like, someone who's just really, really knowledgeable in what they do, right? You're taking offense because they're not wanting to work with you 100% right now, all right? Now, they have you on a little line, right? They're saying we're doing this first, and then when it gets to you, they're going to give you 100% of the time. Even if it takes a very long time, they're still going to give you 100%. You're saying it's not good enough. It needs to be done now. But here's the thing. If you go to the competitor, if you do it with them, you'll be left with nothing. Or they're going to do something that's fundamentally messed up within a situation to where you're not going to be happy. I feel like if you've hired a professional right here, if you're working with a professional, let the professional do what they got to do, all right? Let the professional work the situation. Professional people take a long time because that is their profession, to do something perfectly, to make sure that it's done right. It's kind of like, yeah, you could go to fucking Walmart and get, an entire outfit and wear it, and then, it'll be an outfit. Or you can wait for the people at Gucci to tailor make something for you, or, one of those high-end fashion companies. It takes them a long time to make something. They got to pick out the fabric. They got to measure you up and down. They got to, cut everything. They have to fulfill all the other people's orders. All these people, at the higher levels of fashion, they hand make everything. Now, I don't know how it works now. They all might probably make it in like Hong Kong, mass factory produced, but it used to be that way, right? It used to be, a tailor would make it for you, who was, specifically hired by the designers, by the company to do that. That's kind of what I'm seeing, is you're like saying, no, I'd rather have the knockoff Gucci handbag because I can have it now rather than it be on the production line in a couple of months. But here's the thing. It's not real. It's, it might be a discount, but it's not the real thing. It still comes from a place of poverty. It still comes from a place of anxiety. You want it when you want it. The Prince of Cups, the Nine of Skulls, and the Four of Wands. What you have right here is something very solid. You've brought this to this person. This person will come to you. So you're exchanging your energies. Maybe you've already exchanged energies. What you need to do is you need to take a break and you need to rest. If this person says that they will get to you, then they will get to you. All right? If this person's, is skilled in whatever they do, then, let it be. But what I see for you is you're just trying to rush situations instead of just getting some rest, instead of just putting your mind at ease. But that's the problem, Scorpio, is that you are ruled by, Pluto and Mars. And so when things don't go as quickly as you need them to go, or, maybe you're dealing with, highly private information, your imagination can run wild on you. This person's trying to take it from me. This person's trying to undermine me. And that's not the case right here. Ten of Swords, the Chariot, the Five of Knives. You need to rise above this Ten of Swords. it's not as bad as you think it is. I feel like you want to cut this person out of your life completely. You would just want to like tear this person apart. You want to get on like this chariot and kind of like strike the arrow into this person's heart right here. But here's the thing, you're not hurting anyone but yourself. You're not hurting anyone in the long run except you. Because if you're hiring a master to help you do something, you know, on a master type level, they don't care because they have other people lined up to do stuff with them. All right. Let's look at this Ten of Swords with the Five of Knives. Ten of Swords, you could complete the cycle, but, you know, it is what it is. You have the Lovers. You're divinely connected to this person, okay? You're supposed to be working with this person. I know you want to just let loose and you want to say X, Y, and Z, and you're coming from like this, you know, reverse Queen of Wands energy, but just give it a rest with the Four of Swords. Like literally pull your energy back, take a nap, drink some hot tea. I don't know what you take to help you sleep, but like relax. You know, put your mind into something else. Put your mind into something that's more constructive. The Magician, yeah, do something else. The Star, work on something else. Work on, you know, the next phase, the next step within your life with this Star energy. Focus on, you know, the grand constellation of things. Just because you have, you know, this one star done doesn't mean the rest of the constellation doesn't need to be done. And you're wanting to force this one constellation to be done, but you don't have, or this one star to be done, but you don't have the rest of the constellation figured out. So for example, it's kind of like, you know, you're waiting on the builder to come build the house, the stonemason to come and build it, pour the foundation, but he's not going to be available till next month. And this person over here is saying, well, I can do it for you, but they're going to fuck everything up. So in the meantime, while you're waiting on this person to pour the foundation, while you're waiting on this, you know, master mason to build this shit, focus on what you want. Like, okay, so what kind of carpet do you want in the house? Think about maybe the paint that you need. Think about the tile. You should order those things. You should already have that stuff done so when the foundation is done, they start putting up everything, you can just, you know, go in and start laying everything down. It's better to have everything prepared for when it's finally, when the person's there, than to just, you know, get it piecemeal whenever you need it, to start planning out the rest of the situation. So what it's saying for you right now is to start working on other aspects of whatever your project is. Don't just focus on this one thing and think this person's trying to undermine you. They're not. They're just doing other stuff. You have the Temperance right here. The Temperance coming out. Divine alchemy. At the right moment, they will arrive. At the right moment, they will come in with the proper energy to help you move this situation along. However, you need to have the rest of the constellation. You need to be orchestrating it, because that's what the Magician does. He orchestrates the constellations. He can read the stars. He is Aquarius energy. So we have double Aquarius energy coming out. You have the Magician, you have the Star. You have the King of Swords in reverse, also Aquarius energy. So don't allow your anxiety and this negative, evil version of yourself to come through, Scorpio. I'm not saying that you're an evil person, but, you know, Scorpio energy, when it gets into like that really fiery, dark, Aries energy, because, you know, you co-rule the tower, right? When you get into that energy, it's very off-putting for people because they're not expecting it to happen. All right? They're not expecting you to act that way. So you shouldn't act that way unless people have actually slighted you in a situation. If this person hasn't done anything, then, you know, they're just doing other things. You know, a lot of people, when they get an attorney, when the attorney says, hey, I've sent in your information, I'll get back to you in a couple of weeks, 3 days into it, they'll start calling the attorney to cuss them out, saying, why haven't I gotten information back yet? It's like, well, I mean, it just got to wherever it's supposed to be. Like, they're still looking at it. They probably haven't even opened it out of the mail yet. They said, I'll call you in 2 weeks. 5 days later, why haven't I gotten information yet? What's going on? It's like, chill. If they said 2 weeks, they meant 2 weeks, especially if you're dealing with like a legal situation. Those people don't work for shit. Like at the state level, takes fucking forever. So what's going on with this, what is this? Which is familiar oracle cards. We have the Crow, sovereignty. Bat, direction. This person is a sovereign within their work right here. You're working with the sovereign. They know the proper direction. They know the proper channels. They know everything. You're also a sovereign, and you know which way to go as well. However, if you two are aligned with one another, and you two saying that we're going to exchange this information, we're going to exchange money, goods, whatever, understand that you're both sovereigns. And as sovereign people, you can't just throw all of your attention into one thing. And I know Scorpios get polarized and obsessed with something. However, other people are not going to be as polarized and obsessed with the same thing you are. They're not just going to, dump everything and start working with you. They're going to fix what they have, get to you, and say, okay, let's work together. And so that's kind of what I'm seeing for you, Scorpio, and like, look at your own life, right? When you're super busy and someone needs your time and attention, are you going to drop everything to just listen to what other people have to say? Or are you going to continue to work on what you have to do and get to them when, you need to get to them? So let's look at your spellcasting oracle cards. You have the home, you have beauty, you have empowerment. So in this meantime, while you're waiting, focus on your home. You could be building a home, you could be, buying a home, whatever it is. Focus on your home, whatever you have, clean it, do whatever you got to do. Focus on your beauty. Start, taking care of yourself. Start relaxing. Start taking bubble baths. Empowerment. Empower yourself by doing other things, other tasks. Don't just focus on this one thing. I know that whatever this is, it could be time sensitive. It could be very important to you. But at the same time, don't destroy everything. If you've been put in place with the sovereign, if you have directly aligned with, a master mason or a master of something, don't cut this person out just because you're upset and you're angry and you want things to move faster, all right? So let's look at your Awaken Oracle cards. Focus on your own empowerment, other things, your own beauty, your own home. Oh my gosh. We have Friend Flurry, we have Intent, and we have Integration. So you might be dealing with a lot of people right now. You might be dealing with a lot of situations in your life. This person could be dealing with a lot of people. They could be dealing with a lot of different contracts, people, whatever. Focus on the intent. Here's the thing. They understand the intent of a situation, okay? And maybe you understand the intent behind a situation, but you can't just brush a pearl. An oyster has to make a pearl. And if we look at the symbology, the imagery, there's an oyster on here. A pearl isn't made overnight. A pearl is very uncomfortable to make. In order to make a pearl, it takes months, sometimes years to make this thing, right? But once it's made in the ocean and someone opens it up, it's like winning the lottery. It's beautiful. It's something that you can hold on to. And with this integration, I feel like your energies are intertwined right here. You're both focusing on making this pearl. You're both focusing on, bringing everything together. This person just might have to work on other things right now. But the idea, the intent to make the pearl and whatever you're trying to do will be there. So let's look at your Halloween oracles. We have Owl, Wise Saying, Wise Action, Zombie Control. Release control to the situation. That's the whole point of the zombie energy, releasing control. You cannot make someone work faster. You can't make things go faster. Wise Saying, Wise Action. This person is wise. You're wise. You understand. You're on the same page. But you can't move things very quickly. You can't force control over other people. You can't just get into this negative Aries energy and say, well, if you're not going to do it my way, then fuck you. I'm going to get someone who will do it faster and give me 100% of the time, blah, 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 right now. Because that's kind of like the goose who laid the golden egg. That's the story. You can't rush the golden laying, or the goose that lays the golden egg, because it'll lay one egg per day. You can't cut the goose open and try to get the gold out of the inside, because that's not how it works. One egg a day, right? So let's look at your, what are these, rune cards? Nadha's needs, self-restraint, disappointment, avoidance of greed, patience, and simplification. Spiritual meaning, asceticism, transcendence, and the soul. Self-restraint, avoidance of greed, and patience, very important. Otherwise, you will have disappointments and your needs will not be met. So pay attention to this energy. It's not his need. Let's look at your, what are these? Talisman cards? We have Fehe, achieve a goal, attract money, succeed in business, and attain a promotion or a new job. The situation will play out for you in divine timing, divine orchestration, okay? If you're on the same page, they're on the same page. They understand that you want 100% of their time and attention, they will give you that on their time. So understand, if you've hired someone who is a master, they're busy with other things, you're in line, get a number, get in line. But once you get where you're going, that person will give you 100% time and attention. Okay, Scorpio? So I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll talk to you later.